There is always something to celebrate.
This month, it's the rebirth we call spring. With that comes Easter. Welcome to Talk of the Town, everyone.
Spring fashion is one of the fun parts of the changing seasons. We model some refreshing new styles.
We also visit one of our favorite guests and her big sweet tooth to make Marshmallow Easter Peeps.
And we pick up paintbrushes for a bright spring project.
We have some fun with targets while learning to respect several different kinds of weapons.
And we visit a 5-star dive bar to check out some delicious food.
But first, every year, elementary schools across the country celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday with Read Across America Week.
Marie and I were asked to read at Clear Run Elementary School in the Pocono Mountain School District. We love to read, but we thought maybe it would be fun to add in some action.
With the help of 5 talented second graders, we had 1/2 hour of rehearsal before we performed for the entire kindergarten class.
It also happened to be Crazy Hair Day. Take a look.
Early one morning, a little girl thought she heard a soft tapping at the front door of her house. The little girl put her hand to her ear and listened intently. Yep, for sure, that's someone knocking at the door. So the little girl excitedly rushed to see who was there. She opened the door, and to her surprise, she found herself standing face to face
with a very big dinosaur.
I'm Dolores Brontosaurus. My neck is long and curved, and I came here to ask you, dear, when breakfast will be served.
When breakfast will be served?
Well, the little girl was so delighted at the thought of having a brontosaurus to breakfast, she spun around and jumped for joy. She spun around again and clicked her heels. She spun around one more time and yelled, wow! And then, a little dizzy, she spoke.
We're serving bacon. In a minute, come on in and we'll begin it.
All of a sudden, Dolores Brontosaurus looked super sad.
Bacon? No, that won't do. I must say no thanks to you. Please don't think me awfully rude, but bacon's not my kind of food.
The little girl looked right at the audience, shrugged her shoulders, looked very puzzled, and asked,
what is your kind of food?
But the brontosaurus didn't answer. Instead, she walked very sadly to the front yard. She stretched to the right, and she stretched to the left. She stretched way up high, and then she plunked herself down on the grass, curled up, and promptly fell asleep.
And the little girl had to eat all the bacon all by herself. All by herself.
The little girl went back to her big cozy chair. Around noon, the little girl heard a steady rapping at the back door of her house. She put her hand to her ear and listened intently. Yep, someone was there. She rushed to the door, opened it, and much to her surprise, found herself standing nose to nose
with a very large dinosaur.
I'm Horace, a Natosaurus, a duck-billed dinosaur. And when I munch on your fine lunch, may I ask for more?
May I ask for more?
Well, the little girl was so delighted at having the thought of a Natosaurus to lunch, she spun around and jumped for joy. She spun around again and clicked her heels. She spun around one more time and yelled, wow! And then, a little dizzy, she spoke.
We're serving hot dogs in a minute. Come on in and we'll begin it.
Horace's face dropped. had the biggest frown you've ever seen.
Hot dogs? No, that won't do. I must say no thanks to you. Please don't think me awfully rude, but hot dogs are not my kind of food.
The little girl looked right at the audience, shrugged her shoulders, looked very puzzled, and asked,
What is your kind of food?
But the Anatosaurus did not answer. Instead, he walked out to the yard, scuffed his foot to the left, scuffed his foot to the right, gave a big sad face to the audience, then stretched out really big in the yard and fell asleep.
And the little girl had to eat all the hot dogs all by herself. All by herself.
The little girl went back to her big cozy chair. Late in the afternoon, the girl heard a heavy knocking at the garage door of her house. She put her hand to her ear and listened. Darn tootin', that's someone knocking. She skipped to the door and to her surprise found herself standing cheek to cheek
with an enormous dinosaur.
I'm Doris, Stegosaurus, all dressed in armored plate. I came, you see, in time for tea, and I can hardly wait. And I can hardly wait. The little girl was so delighted at the thought of having a Stegosaurus to tea, she spun around and jumped for joy. She spun around again and clicked her heels. She spun around one more time and yelled, wow! Wow! And then a little dizzy, she spoke.
We're serving cold cuts in a minute. Come on in and we'll begin it.
Doris put her hands on her head in grief.
Cold cuts? No, that won't do. I must say no thanks to you. Please don't think me awfully rude, but cold cuts are not my kind of food.
The little girl looked right at the audience, shrugged her shoulders, looked very puzzled, and asked,
What is your kind of food?
But the Stegosaurus didn't answer. Instead, she boo-hooed her way all the way out to the driveway. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But she didn't fall asleep yet. She's still standing up. She did a very dramatic twirl, kind of like she was dying. And then she collapsed on the driveway and fell asleep.
The little girl had to eat all the cold cuts all by herself. By herself.
The little girl went back to her big cozy chair. Early that evening, the little girl heard a loud pounding at the patio door of her house. It was so loud it made her jump right out of her cozy chair. And she said, yikes! Yikes! She said it louder! Yikes! Then she said, there is something larger than large at my door. She tiptoed to the door. She opened it just a crack to peek out, then swung it open wide and found herself belly to belly
with a gigantic dinosaur.
I'm Morris Brachiosaurus. My size fills folks with dread. And after dinner, I won't be thinner, but I'll be ready for bed. But I'll be ready for bed. The little girl was so delighted at the thought of having a Brachiosaurus to dinner, but she was growing tired of sleepy dinos crushing the grass and blocking the driveway.
All right, I'll give this one last try, but goodness knows I wonder why. We're serving cabbage cut in wedgies, garden salad made of veggies, broccoli and pinto greens, cornbread peas and turnip greens. We're serving carrots in a minute. Come on in and we'll begin it.
Morris smiled the biggest dinosaur smile you ever saw. All the dinosaurs jumped up and then rushed into the house to eat everything on the table.
Yum, yum, yum!
The audience
Munch, munch, munch! Chew, chew, chew! Crunch, crunch, crunch!
And when they were done eating, they only had one thing
Ready?
to say. Burp! And why? Why this sudden change of mind? The answer's simple, you will find.
Just ask your local veterinarian. Some dinosaurs are vegetarian!
One more time.
Vegetarian! The end.
Take a bow, everybody. Take a bow.
A huge thanks to second grade teacher Loretta Cassidy for making our visit possible, and to our amazing performers Nala, Kaylee, Amari, Sydney, and Brian. We had so much fun reading with you. Keep reading, guys.
Easter is coming. Have you ever tried to make your own homemade marshmallow peeps? We know someone who has. If you live in Pennsylvania, then you've heard of Peeps. But did you ever try and make them yourself? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna do today.
But we're certainly not going to do it alone because we need guidance from the master peep maker, Zack's Grammy booth, our Grammy booth. And we know that you love making candy. We know you love anything sweet.
Yes.
Yes.
So we know that you've been practicing making these peeps and you're anxious for us to help you today, and we're anxious to learn.
Yes, and I think you girls will do it better because your hands are more agile than my old hands.
Well, we're going to try. We're going to try. What do we do first? How do you get started making
Well,
these treats?
we're going to have to make these trays so the peeps can sit in them after you make them. And we're going to spread this yellow sugar on the trays. You want to cover the whole thing.
Are we
though.
using all of this sugar, Graham?
Well, if it takes all of it, it doesn't matter because what are you going to use yellow sugar for?
Yeah, right. And we just set
Okay.
these aside for now?
Yeah, you could push them towards the back there. We want a little pan that we're going to make these in.
We already
have
have the candy thermometer. We know that's important.
Yes, and then we have to have a cup of sugar, and I measured it out ahead of time.
You rock.
So this is a cup of sugar.
Yeah,
Stir 4 tablespoons of water and 1 cup granulated sugar together in a medium-sized saucepan.
I think that's a small saucepan.
I
wouldn't
do
call
too,
it medium.
But, and I tried the medium, but
It burns on the bottom,
it
right?
burns, yeah, because it's too flat out.
4. So Peeps are really about sugar.
That's
Candy.
all. After you have that stirred up there, now we want to we have a little bowl and some Knox
bowl.
gelatin.
Little cute kitty cat bowl.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we put the water in first.
5 tablespoons of water. Yep.
And
And the pack of gelatin.
it says 2.5 teaspoons unflavored gelatin. And Graham, is that what this is?
That's
2.5
it, 2.5 teaspoons.
Exactly that.
And sometimes I take one of the other packs and just sneak a little extra in case I think that's necessary. Now we just leave that sit
To get nice and soft, right?
get nice and soft. Now we can put this on the stove.
Okay.
Now comes the cooking part, and temperature's
That's-
important, right, Graham?
Right.
Now, do I put it on high or it's on low?
Yeah, you can put it on high.
Okay. Looks like 240.
Yeah, and I
yeah.
let the thing go just a little bit above it.
Okay. Marie, it doesn't look like a peep yet.
It does not look like a peep yet. What's next, Graham? We put the gelatin right in there,
Yes.
and then stir it in.
Well, I let just lightly. Don't stir it hard, and then you don't start to beat it until it cools off a little.
bit more.
You don't want to kill yourself with the heat.
And do I scrape it?
Yeah, you can scrape it.
You remember the last time we weren't allowed to scrape something? Oh, when we were making the candy canes because it was too
yeah,
cool.
that's right.
Because it was too cool, right? You only wanted the warm stuff. You wanted it all the same temperature.
And then the last step is just to beat it, you know, and
Put on low to start.
yes. Oh, they get opaque already.
Yeah, it's not taking long. I think these are gonna be perfect.
They better be.
Okay, get ready for yellow food coloring.
Yeah.
Ready? I'll just do a couple drops and then we'll see.
If you don't like that color, add a little more.
We want bright yellow.
It's definitely getting thicker.
Yeah, it is.
Getting up into the gears.
Yeah.
This was a cool idea. So Graham bought a very large glass container and put the pastry bag right over it. So all we have to do is add it into it.
All right, so now we're ready to put this in the bag, Graham?
Yes, and save a little out.
For the heads,
For,
right?
yeah, I have another bag there.
Okay.
Oh, you're much better at that than I am. I made such a colossal mess. I made one batch and had it all over my shirt.
Now we need our trays with sugar back.
Now you need your trays with sugar on. Okay, and you want to hold this thing
Straight up.
perpendicular.
Okay.
And make out like
Make a body and then make it to a tail, right?
Yeah, almost. They look better almost like just like that, like a circle, and go to the end, and it makes a tail.
Whoops.
That one has a little curly tail.
He does have a curly tail. I'm not sure he's supposed to have a curly tail, but he does. Graham, do you want to make one?
Well, I'll see if I can make one. Oh, see, now mine doesn't. I give up.
You know, once you put a head on that, it's going to be perfect. It's fun, though.
Maybe
Yeah.
we ought to have Zack try one. Oh!
You're like, come back, little peep.
Graham said they're not supposed to touch. No
you have
Siamese.
a
His is
giant.
long.
You have a giant.
His has a long body. All right, so now we're gonna try some heads here.
Yes. And then take your thing towards the front, and that'll make it a beak.
Oh, okay, toward the front.
Yeah.
He's got a droopy beak.
Oh, that looks pretty decent.
Yeah,
Does
doesn't
look
that's
it?
pretty
not bad
decent
at
here.
all.
Put one more on there and you can do one more head.
Looks like Jabba the Hutt.
It does kind of look like Jabba the Hutt. Oh no!
They're sticky.
We'll put eyes on it and it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll have to let them set a little bit.
Yep.
Now, before the peeps get settled and the glaze gets hard, we want to put some of this yellow sugar on them.
So just sprinkle it on.
Yeah, and if you have trouble doing that, just take some in your hand and.
Just what you need, sugar on top of the marshmallow, right?
Right. Maybe with this on now, maybe you could put the eyes and the beak on.
Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to make our eyeballs with?
Yes. Perfect.
And then
It's a little bit bigger than the other.
and then we add a little bit of the orange. Are we going to use a Q-tip for that?
Yes, for the beak.
Okay. And you just sort of paint it on?
I would just dab it on it first to see what it looks like.
I'll keep going with eyes. You start going with beak.
I like it. Graham, I think all the years of doing segments with you, we're getting it finally.
We're getting better, Graham.
And then, we have to let them sit on these things for a couple hours before you can take them off.
You can't even eat one?
Well, sure you can eat.
You can eat one anytime. Our Peeps need to sit for a little bit longer, but these Peeps, Graham, you made as a practice test for us, and they turned out great too. Look at this cute one.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit harder now. So I guess that means they're good to eat.
Yes, there's others, if you try to pick them up, they're going to go all squishy.
So if I'll just pop I can pop a little
Yes,
one in my mouth,
yes,
right? Like that. Bye, little guy. Tastes good.
I'm gonna try one that's a little crunchier.
Good? Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Tastes like marshmallow.
And this is such a cute idea too. You brought really pretty like cupcake holders, and you can put your Peeps right inside.
When they're not so sticky.
And a little bit of grass helps.
Yeah. You can dress them
A
all
little
up.
bit of Easter. This
After all
little
this-
fella, his poor little beak's awful.
He's
so-
just asking to be eaten.
Sometimes the best food and drink is found right in your town and right under your nose.
We found your 5-star dive bar right on Center Street in Jim Thorpe.
Its farm-to-table twist is natural because one of the owners also owns the 14-acre farm in Summit Hill.
So we had to visit the Union Public House and see what a 5-star dive bar is all about.
The terminology of dive bar has kind of changed over the past 15 or 20 years. Now it's something that people seek out, even especially for the food, you know. We do have, you know, all your typical bar food here. We have burgers and we have tacos and we have a lot of sandwiches and fried foods. But in addition to that, during the summer especially, we bring a lot of local produce in. We also try and use meats from local sources, local farms. We try and focus on farm-to-table aspects with all our specials. We come up with a couple soups every day. We have house-made desserts that change weekly. And we also do a wonderful brunch on Sundays starting at 11 o'clock. That's turned out to be really popular with the local crowd here. It's just great to be able to use whatever's fresh from the field every day.
All right, Kevin, so we're in the kitchen now, and I see some fish. I know that's great for this month because we have Lent.
It's true. We're trying to push the fish specials every Friday. So what we're going to make first here is a wild Alaskan sockeye salmon, which is from a company up in Bloomsburg called Wild for Salmon. Great local company, husband and wife team that go out to Alaska every year and fish this stuff themselves. They bring about 30 tons back every year. The other thing we're going to make is a traditional Mexican scramble called migas. This consists of sweet potatoes and red peppers, onions, and jalapeno peppers. We're going to add in chips and salsa and cheddar cheese on top, and then we're going to serve it with rice and beans and greens on the side.
Sounds like brunch. Is that what we're getting ready for here at brunch?
Yeah, this is one of our popular brunch items on Sunday mornings. If you girls want to start, let's put a couple pats of butter in each pan there.
So I'm talking about like that? Good?
That'll be fine.
Good to start? A little more?
We'll pull a little out of there. That's good.
It was a big pat for
It was
me.
a big pat.
So one of these is going to be our roasted red pepper risotto pan. You
Yeah.
can use this one here.
Oh, is that? I don't want to do the too much thing
That
again.
looks okay. A tiny bit more. That's great. This risotto is made ahead of time. We cook it al dente, so it's almost done. And then when we add our liquid here, our half and half in our butter, and keep stirring it around, that finishes it. Now at the same time, we can work on our migas, so we'll take a couple scoops of this and put it in that back pan.
And this looks really good. So this was just all roasted?
Yeah, these are all roasted vegetables. Next, you're gonna wanna crack 2 eggs as this is heating up. 2 eggs, whip them around there real good. Now it's about time to start our salmon. So we're gonna season this with some salt and pepper, a little bit of butter on the flat top.
So you've got lots of dishes going on at the same time. It seems like you're really good at coordinating.
You know what's funny though? The 3 of us are just him when he's here by himself. And we're probably slower.
Let's add those eggs
with
right
the
into the
veggies?
migas. Yep. Now we're using a non-stick pan here, so we don't want to use metal on the pan at all. That's why we're using rubber spatulas here to cook with. When the eggs are about half cooked, you're going to want to add in your salsa and your chips. That looks pretty good.
All the salsa?
All that, yeah.
And the chips all?
All of them. And then mix them around again until the eggs are fully cooked. Your risotto's looking pretty good there.
Yeah.
Pull that off just to stay warm.
Okay.
And let's check out the sear on your salmon. So flip that over and see what kind of sear you got there.
It's getting away from me.
That looks beautiful. Put that right skin side down on this tray. So when you cook the salmon without skinning it ahead of time, when you put it in the oven, the skin's going to stick to the tray and you'll be able to pull the salmon right off there. So you don't have to skin it ahead of time.
Wow. Nice trick. How long does that have to stay in there?
It'll be about 3 minutes. That looks perfect right there.
Okay.
So to finish this off, we're going to top it with that cheddar cheese.
I knew we were getting to the cheese. All of this?
Sure. And then we're going to finish this off in the oven also.
Asparagus on. Immediately white wine.
Yep, and a little
And
pat
then
of
butter.
And then salt, pepper, and then cover it so it steams in there.
And the lid.
Perfect. Let's toss our tortillas in the oven just for a brief minute to heat up. Everything's going to finish at the same time now.
Yep. That's the key, right?
That is the key. Well, let's scoop our risotto onto this plate. That's beautiful. Edible orchid.
Not sure where it should sit. How about
It's up
right
to you.
there?
All right, let's take our asparagus off the stove there too.
It's gonna take me a couple.
Oh, other plate.
yeah,
You got it.
They look beautiful.
See how our migas are? So we got all the cheddar cheese melted on top of there.
Looks good.
That looks
That's what we're going
delightful.
for. We're gonna serve our rice and beans right next to that. You could take these tortillas and I usually roll them up like this.
Right there?
Yep, right in between. And then people they build their own tacos out of all these things. Let's see how our salmon is in the oven. You can see on the side here, when you start to get some of that white protein leaking out the side of the salmon,
Yep.
that's when it's perfectly like medium to medium rare, which is what you're looking for. Should be able to slip the skin right off from the hot pan and then serve the salmon right on top of there. I have this little cherry gastrique I made up. So if you'd like to dump a little of that on top of the salmon, it'll Bing cherry and port wine. That looks good to me.
That sounds wonderful.
Finish off the salmon dish with a little bit of Parmesan and parsley, just on the risotto. Perfect.
You have to be specific.
Those are two nice plates you made.
Yeah, very nice. Well, that's a lot of food, too.
That is a lot of food.
All right, it's time to eat.
Time to eat.
Yay!
Why don't you each grab yourself a tortilla? Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a little migas taco, some eggs in there, some rice and beans.
You want the other half of this one?
Sure, what the heck, I'll eat.
I like the fact that it's very cheesy.
Just like me. We try and get involved with the community with different nonprofits. We're going to work with a different nonprofit agency each week and donate 10% of the proceeds for the night to them, and then just let them use this as a space to let other people know about their organizations.
Wow.
Very good.
That's a great taco. Delicious.
Very good.
Good job, chef.
It was all you. You know what? There's only one problem here. Why are we all drinking water?
At a bar?
We'll have to come back in a little bit and check out the bar.
We're always looking for new and unique things to try and share with all of you.
So when we heard a local gun range offers special classes for women, we wanted to see what was involved.
Relic on our firing line is a revamping of a previous range that we renovated to bring it up to date, and is now set to be the area's premier range in this part of the valley.
You know Marie and I are all about competition. This is the Femme Fatale competition. I am Caliber Kim, my teammate.
The boss.
All right, let's do this.
All right.
And today I'm Magnum Marie, and my coach is Mighty Mo.
Let's kick some boss.
We have training courses all the time. We have on-the-spot training. Our main goal is to make sure everybody is safe with firearms. We have events going on all the time. We have ladies' night. We have new shooter classes for people just wanting to get into concealed carry.
This is a very small caliber. This is a 22 caliber.
Yeah.
So the caliber tells you the diameter of the bullet. You're going to bring your gun up to your eyes, pop it in, don't be afraid, pop it in.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, line up your sights, look for your front sight in the notch of the rear sight, and then nice and slow, press your trigger. Good. Lean into it a hair, like you're listening to somebody whispering.
Is that it?
Excellent.
Magna Marie.
Magna Marie, you killed it.
I got a lot of headshots. That's good.
The first one was right between the eyes.
Okay, we got this.
That's right, let's do this.
Line up the front sight between the rear sight, and let's do one shot. Very good. Take your time with each shot that you have the remainder of the shots. You got this. Perfect.
All right, Caliber Kim.
Yay! We did good, boss.
Okay, Caliber Kim, you're going to be first this time. This time we're going to shoot a Sauer P238, which is in a .380 caliber.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. Try to go to the right a little more. Very good. All right, that was the best one.
I did good, Marie. That would count as a 10, right?
Yes.
Just because it's touching on the left.
10, a 9, and a couple of 8s.
That was the best shot. It was the last one.
Yeah.
All right, well, I have my work cut out for me now because you set the bar pretty high.
Smaller gun,
Yes. A little
Tougher
bit
to
more of a
shoot.
kick? Okay.
a little bit more. The shorter the barrel, the smaller the frame, the lighter the frame, sometimes the harder the recoil is to control. So
Okay.
keep your sport
Keep this-
hand tight.
Yeah, this one tight.
Yep. I think we're unique here at Relic Hunter Firing Line in that we're not intimidating like some other ranges. We do take our time, and for beginners, we take baby steps, and we teach any level shooter from beginner to expert. I love the fact that I'm able to empower other individuals and have them understand how to defend their life and to put themselves first.
I got a 10 also. We both got a 10.
That's a nice
on the
group.
edge.
That's a nice group.
Right there.
Yeah.
I feel like
That was my first one, right? That was
Yes.
my first one, and then I kind of grouped them.
In a self-defense situation, you're always aiming for the center mass, which is the chest. So any of these shots
Is
is a good shot.
a good shot, right?
All right, the competition's getting tough.
Yeah, I feel like we're very even, right?
Yeah, right now, yeah, we're very even. We both
Yeah.
have about the same amount of experience.
We do.
A revolver has a cylinder with many chambers, not just one chamber. It has many chambers. So it does not eject the empty case. Bullseye!
Whoa, and it is loud. That one was not good because I waited way too long,
Yeah.
like you warned
Right,
me
your
about.
arc of movement opens.
Yes,
Good.
that was better. I need to rest between these.
Yes. All right.
She did pretty well. That first shot would have taken
did.
anybody out.
But we got this.
All right, we got this.
Okay.
That is a long trigger pull.
Oh, yes, it is.
Wow.
That is the safety on a revolver. That's good. Okay.
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 We both hit the bullseye.
I know. And after that, we just got a little gun shy.
This is the Glock 19 Gen 5.
Okay.
This is going to work just like the other semi-autos that we used. It's just a larger gun, and it's a 9mm. Line up your front sight between your rear sights. Good shot. It's better. Yeah, just a little
Marie,
bit.
last shot, we shoot for the head, okay?
Okay.
Not bad,
You
not
did some
bad.
damage. You did some damage.
Your turn, do some more.
All right. Beautiful.
Whenever anybody's in the range, we always have a range safety officer in there with them. So it is always safe here to shoot. Sometimes there's more than one range officer in the range. If if we have a training going on or something like that. So we've made it as safe environment as we can.
Yeah.
That was the headshot. So everything was dropping low of where I thought I was going.
And I think on my stuff, everything was going a little bit to the left.
Was this your last shot?
That was my last shot, and I was going for
For the head. This was my last shot. I was going for the head. But look at everything was dropping low. So what does that mean?
We still got him.
Oh, I know. It's still success if you're in a bad situation.
All right, Caliber Kim and Magna Marie, we did pretty good, and I think it was all because of our coaches.
Yes, absolutely. Mighty Mo.
Good job.
The boss.
I can't believe it's a complete draw.
I can't believe it's a draw either, but I think you guys were terrific as far as coaching goes.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you guys. You guys were great students.
The safety, I felt very comfortable, even with weapons that I had never shot before, because you taught us what to do right as we were going along, and it was good.
And actually, it was really cool to be able to compare all the guns.
So how do you guys think we did overall?
I think you did really well. I didn't see much flinching at all. I think you've done this before.
We don't scare easy.
I thought they really handled each weapon very well and were able to shoot it with a fair degree of accuracy. But I have to say, Mo, next time, you're going down.
A big thanks to Mo and Gerard for all the coaching and the training at Relic Hunter Firing Line. It was great.
Gerard wants everyone who owns a gun to have the proper safety training. So we have gift certificates for 2 lucky viewers. Head to our Facebook page, like the correct photo in our March album, and let us know your favorite part of this segment for a chance to win. Good luck.
When Talk of the Town returns, we head back to the Union Public House to share a few drinks at our favorite 5-star dive bar. Don't miss it.
Well, you can't come to the only dive bar in Jim Thorpe and not have a drink.
That's right. So our bartenders, John and Mark, are here. Guys, what do you have in store for us?
We were thinking about making our famous Bloody Mary for you. Mark can whip one up for you. They're real popular on Sunday brunch when we do a good business. We open up at 11 o'clock on a Sunday.
Right, but what you're really known for is beer, right?
Yes, we have about 80 plus different styles of different types of beer.
Wow.
A lot of microbrews, a full spread of domestic products also. But we're constantly changing our selection of whatever's new on the market.
Are these all beers that you have had?
Yep.
And
we've drank all of those.
All right, so what are you known for with your Bloody Marys here?
Well, this is what everybody wants.
piece of bacon.
We're all in it for the bacon.
Very cool. What's next?
Next, we're going to do Sazerac,
What is a Sazerac?
traditional cocktail from New Orleans. We're going to chill a little bit of Pernod. It's got a licorice flavor to it. While that sits, mix together bourbon, simple syrup, some of our homemade bitters.
So who comes up with all the drink ideas?
It's a collaboration.
Yeah, we all do.
Looks serious.
Yeah, that's a serious
That's a
drink,
stiff
right?
one.
That's it.
And what's this?
Elderberry Gin Fizz.
All right.
Ooh, that sounds like it's up my alley. And where do the elderberries come from?
They're actually grown on Kevin's 14-acre farm.
All right.
Well, if we drink these drinks, Marie, I don't think we're going anywhere for a while. Zach, we might need you to help us.
We'll get you a ride, no problem.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll try that one with you.
Yeah, salute.
Sláinte.
Horseradishy.
You should come see us because it's a great place to hang out. It's a really great local gathering spot, and this is where all the best disjointed locals get together.
Kevin, John, and Mark invite you all to visit your 5-star dive bar. They've given us a $25 gift card to the Union Public House.
Just go to our Facebook page right now, find the proper photo in our March album, and tell us your favorite part of the segment for a chance to win. Good luck.
You all know we love to try new crafts, especially when it adds to holiday decorating.
So when we heard about Bossard's Boardworks in Palmerton, we couldn't wait to test our creativity and try palette painting.
Palette Workshop is just a fun place where you can come and just have a good time, relax, paint a little. It's BYOB, of course. Ladies can come in, and men, and just kind of sit, relax, and I guide them through a painting, and it's just a really good time.
We've got our palettes, we've got our paintbrushes.
And thankfully we have some stencils too to keep us under control.
Yay.
Ladies, welcome to the workshop. I'm so excited to paint with you guys today. Ray's actually gonna help me.
Hey,
This is my husband, Ray. So he's your paint distribution specialist over here today.
I created that.
Yeah. You guys are going to do the Easter Bunny painting, which is super fun. You're going to take your bunny stencils.
Okay.
Okay. You're just going to lay it right up against the side of your board, and you can actually pull it to the top. You see how that top ear is flat?
Got
And you are going to trace the outline of the bunny with your pencil. So I'm going to do mine in white paint, but you guys are going to actually use your pencil.
Wait, I missed a section.
You missed this section?
Already I'm messing up.
That's all right.
What did you miss?
This little thing here, I'm like, oh, what happened to the rest of his ear? Well, I didn't draw it on yet. Thought I did. See what you have to look forward to? Okay, now I'm good.
She's not even drinking wine.
Sometimes our saying in the workshop is, if you're not feeling your sign, drink more wine. Take a big sip first, then paint. So you're going to be able to add anything to it, change your colors, your background colors, your flower colors, anything that you'd like. There is, I think on that one it says Happy Easter, but you guys can put hippity hop, whatever whatever you want, and I will help you with your writing if you need help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Her sign's upside down.
Oh.
This is the bottom, and that's I bet when you held it up and put it back down, we'll have to start over.
He's just teasing you. He's just teasing you.
I'm looking at it going, I think it's the same.
wait.
I'm like, I didn't realize there was a top and a bottom.
All right, so now I get you. Don't stress me out. I would have had to do the whole thing over at this point.
Every class.
You're lucky he didn't tell you at the end.
Every class we get one.
It's okay if your lines are not perfect, because you don't want them to be, especially on a palette. I always say my squiggly lines look good, so will yours.
Here comes another color.
So you guys can actually...
I made a mess, didn't I?
Two colors and it's a hot mess already.
And you get some classes where they're loud and rowdy, and I had a group of ladies here just last week. They had 80s music playing, they had their bottles of wine, they were painting, they were singing. We tried to come up with different designs and different styles with the palettes, and even change it up and not just have your typical painting design that you do. The class actually we're doing coming up is a love blocks, so it's still wood, but it's it's something different. We do long boards, short boards, just to try to change it up, and we try to make the painting unique in itself, so people kind of have not your everyday typical design. When we put the cheek on, you could absolutely use your brush, that yellow brush or the purple brush. I, however, like to use my finger. I feel like it gets the best.
Nice,
So
just
I
like
just
you're putting blush on.
Yep, just like your little finger.
I could do that.
Just grab some of that mixture you made and just rub it in there. And you can make that cheek as big as you'd like. And you just want to swirl it around so it's not a perfect circle, so it looks nice and faded.
Ooh, I like this for fingers.
You like the fingers?
Yeah.
Because now you're thinking it's makeup.
I encourage you to create your own, add things to the sign, take away things, whatever works best for you. A lot of people like different colors and different things, My sign isn't the end all, so, be super creative with it. Offset lettering will really help you not have to worry about your lettering being so perfect and so straight.
Wondering if I want to do just spring.
Good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything because I would mess it up.
That's not a reason.
Well, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should try and fit something in there? Like,
if that was my sign, the way you have your flowers up higher, I wouldn't put anything on it.
okay.
But you can if you'd like to. But if that was my painting, I wouldn't.
Okay. She gave me permission not to.
Okay.
You did sprig. I was in my brain, I was going, how's she gonna fit?
How am I gonna fit that? In my brain, I already did that. Sprig!
Oh, Marie.
Okay, so this
So
is
make that an
This is a
N.
perfect opportunity.
Yeah, right, the eye's gonna come down here.
Yep, we'll just hook your N in right in there.
Because I can't spell.
There we go. And then put your eye a little
Yep.
offset here. There you go, perfect. And you wouldn't even have known it. Listen, I usually say what happens in the workshap stays in the workshop.
But
I don't
now
know
it's
now.
all documented, so everyone's gonna know that I was concentrating so hard.
We have to figure out how to do spell check.
Good thing it wasn't a tattoo.
Yeah.
And you know the funny thing is about Marie forgetting, the N, is that Marie corrects spelling all day long.
That's what I do all day.
All day long, she corrects spelling. But we had a sprig today.
So you might want to watch the news tonight and see what I say, because I don't know, I might miss something else.
If you, at the end of the class, do not like your painting, you can take my painting home. And I haven't yet had anybody take my painting home. They usually like them, and I'll help you. So if you're struggling with a certain, section of the painting, I will absolutely come in, come up to you, help you, show you how to do it, whatever you need to achieve it.
Annie, thank you so much for our class. I love my bunny.
Me too.
Yeah, they look so good. You guys did better than I did.
I don't know about that.
So. But it was so much fun.
It was fun and it was easy. You made it easy.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it, and thank you so much for painting with us today.
We had so much fun creating our Easter bunnies on palette wood, and they turned out great.
Anne-Marie wants you to try palette painting. Head to our Facebook page, like the correct photo in our March album, and let us know what you would want to try to paint on a palette for a chance to win a pair of gift certificates to an upcoming class. Good luck.
Get ready to check out the latest spring fashion trends when Talk of the Town continues.
This month, we celebrate the change of seasons, and boy, are we ready for that. We're at Stroudsmore Country Inn, and we're celebrating spring fashion.
So we have a style expert with us today, Elizabeth Jones. Elizabeth, thanks so much for showing us all the great things that are coming this spring. It's really fun.
Thank you so much for having me. We always get the itch for the new season, for the new look, so I can't wait to share them with you.
So you've dressed us.
I have.
Thank you very much.
Thank
You
you.
both look fabulous, may I add, too?
Thank you.
Thanks.
You dressed yourself as well.
I did. So we got to start with you, Kim.
Okay.
You have a fabulous look on.
I'm digging this trench, let me tell you.
Yes, and this trench is from the Draper James collection, which is Reese Witherspoon's line. And trenches are all the desire this season. You're in all white, so it's super simple. The jacket becomes your statement. We added a couple statement accessories, and you are rocking it. I always say too to add some white to your wardrobe in the spring. These jeans are from Macy's, and they have a great selection.
And I have flowers.
Yes, Marie, we have to talk about your shoes.
Yes.
Okay, these shoes are from ModCloth, and we love metallics this season. They are really trending.
I love the little bows.
Oh my gosh,
Little
so
bows
cute.
are
I know. And also the height, they're really perfect. So we used to say all the time, after New Year's, let's put the metallics away. But right now we're wearing metallics throughout the spring. Even here you can see we mixed it with the darker florals, and it looks really great.
And I like this is a wrap dress, right?
Yes.
They look good on everybody.
They do. They're super flattering. And if you were to pair a metallic shoe with a wrap dress, you just feel great.
And your outfit is totally adorable. We're seeing the open shoulders, because I know that's been big now for a while.
Yes, so open shoulders, cold shoulders, still really trending. I paired mine with a bright heel because we're seeing a lot of brights this season. Bright yellows, bright pinks, so we're keeping it bright.
Just one accent piece though.
Just one accent piece. You could totally wear something all bright, but if you just want something subtle, like I did here with kind of a classic piece, it's an easy addition.
Awesome, and you brought some models with.
I did.
So let's check out our first model.
Okay, so here we have Kira, and not only are we twinning a little bit with the stripes, but Kira is showing off some denim. So this denim's something we see all the time in the spring, but we've really taken it up a notch. We're trending into that 90s feel of the skirts, the jackets, the overalls. But we paired this here with just an off-the-shoulder top, which we talked about is still really going strong. And what I love about this look is, look at Kira's shoes. They're these lace-up ballet flats. They're from Havaianas. They're super comfortable. So you don't have to have this look and throw on a heel. You can do it in a really comfortable way.
I love the ruffle edge on the skirt, and plus on the sleeves how they tie. It seems like just those little extra added things mean a lot.
Yeah, and you don't have to have a lot going on. So those details they make your pop. They kind of become your statements, and just like an accessory would.
And Kira, what do you think of that look?
I feel great. I feel really trendy, but also cute. So it's win-win.
Win-win, yeah. Terrific, thank you.
So let's check out our second model.
Yes, so here's Deanna in our next look. So Deanna is showing us the utility trend. So by utility, we're seeing that in jackets, we're seeing it in jumpsuits, and you've seen them. Jumpsuits are really everywhere right now. This particular jumpsuit was $40 from Old Navy.
Wow.
And I love this look because you can rock this with a denim jacket, throw in some sneakers or sandals, run around to a barbecue or something like a game during the day. Or you could take it to how we did with the blush booties from Macy's and make it really evening. So for $40, it's really, really versatile.
And you know what? It looks so comfortable.
Yes.
So tell us, what do you think of your look?
I love this because it's practical for me. I'm always traveling and on the go, and it's super trendy and cute and comfortable, so I can wear it anywhere. And it matches really well with my skin tone. The olive is like in right now, so it's perfect for me anywhere.
So time now for our third look.
Yeah, so here is Amy, and as you can see, red, white, and blue, we're talking Americana. So when you see these colors, a lot of times you start to think spring. They make you think of Memorial Day and the holidays.
The picnic.
The picnics. So what I love about this is it makes you feel like spring, but we've definitely taken it up a notch this season. Draper James does such a great job. The shorts, the top, the bag, all from there, and it really screams American spirit. So we're also seeing a lot in the bow details. We saw this in the shoes we talked about earlier, and we see it here on her sleeve. So that's, again, a really fun pop. And also I want to highlight Amy's shoes because we were talking about being comfortable. So these are Keds, and you can't really get any more American feeling than that. So they're from ModCloth, and they come in so many different colors. But again, being comfortable, you can easily be on the go, but still look super chic when you're going to all these different places.
So what do you think of your look?
I love it. I love the red, white, and blue. Good for 4th of July or Memorial Day. I feel like I should be going on a boat ride. And the shorts have pockets.
Yay!
Yay! So Elizabeth, one final look.
Yes, our last look. So here's Margarita, and she is wearing what we said already was the hottest color for spring, blush pink. So we're gonna talk a little bit about pastels. That's something that's usually common sense for spring, right? We always know pastels are big, but again, we've definitely taken it up a notch this season with that. And I wanted to show you a look that isn't all over pastels, because sometimes people feel like I can't wear them. So we added in some bolder colors, like this moto jacket, like the blue and white stripes, to show you can still rock the pastel trend, but do it with hits of accessories and things like that. So these
and I love the earrings.
Earrings are so fun. They're from ModCloth, the tassels, and you kind of have a similar vibe.
Similar, yeah.
And sometimes that's all you need, just the hit of the pastel.
So what do you think of your outfit?
I absolutely love it. I love how the colors go with each other, and it's so comfortable. And I absolutely love the shoes, how they pop. And I feel like I'm ready for spring.
Elizabeth, all these styles were wonderful, and I know there's a lot of people out there who have trouble when it comes to putting things together, but you can help.
I can help, yes. So I am a personal stylist, and I definitely can give you tips, tricks. I love to make styling easy and fun.
And we'd like to thank Stroudsmore Country Inn for allowing us to use this space today. It's beautiful here. They have a lot of weddings here, and we're coming back in a few months with you again to talk about that.
Yeah, so beautiful place, beautiful gowns. We're gonna be talking bridal trends.
Awesome. So have fun, everyone, if you're out shopping for some new spring collections, and hopefully we've given you some inspiration. And remember, whatever you do, be the talk of the town. Woo!
And I only brought 1 cup of sugar, so if something happens to this, we have to take another one.
We'll take it from Zack. If we mess up, Zack, you're
need a cup of
providing
sugar.
sugar.